With the rise in gas prices, that has some people buckling up for the ride in a new electric vehicle.
Every time I pass a gas station, I smile.
You seem to see them everywhere you go now. Electric vehicles are becoming more and more popular here in Mid-Michigan.
It's the best vehicle I have ever driven.
Tim Morningstar just recently bought an electric vehicle a few weeks ago to save some money.
It cost me no more than $10 to charge it from empty. I don't notice any difference between this and a gas-powered vehicle other than it's far cheaper to drive.
Stay out, we're going to plug it in out here, and we just plug it in.
Dave Mangus at LaFontaine Ford in Flushing has been seeing more people interested in electric vehicles since the gas prices have skyrocketed.
Yes, there has been a dramatic rise in the number of inquiries.
Even if you might be hesitant to get an electric vehicle at first, Mangus tells me the car has your back.
Infrastructure is being built extremely rapidly right now. So there's charging stations going in many places. Ford actually has basically a map of charging stations that will be built in these vehicles. They are right now. You know where your next charging station is. So you can actually plan today a long distance trip, plan times for charging, where you can get high-speed charging.
Morningstar told me he was skeptical at first as well.
You know, I had range anxiety and I'm like, you know, what happens if I run out of electric? But then I test drove this and I absolutely fell in love with it.
But Mangus tells me even without the high gas prices, the investment is worth it.
You're going to have an asset that's irreplaceable. Today, you spend no money on gas ever again, which is like the coolest thing I can ever imagine in the car business.
And Morningstar agrees, there is no better investment right now.
I don't understand why more people aren't doing this. I can't comprehend it. Go test drive it. Try it. What do you have to lose by going to a dealership and just try it?
People in the community have expressed the need for increased security and officers in their neighborhoods. The Flint Police Department responded to those concerns today with a new patrol plan set to begin this weekend. Our Mid-Michigan Now reporter Alexis Ware joins us after speaking with the police department. Alexis, you say this is happening in specific areas?
It is, Dave. Now, Detective Sergeant Booth says these increased patrols are going to primarily take place in areas where they have received numerous calls about people being on business properties way after closing time or destroying the property.
Hopefully somebody will control the loitering, because that's one of the big things. It's the loitering. That's the trash. Because if there's no loitering, it's good.
Steve Callahan is a business owner and a part of the Clio Road Business Association. Mid-Michigan Now saw him cleaning up trash out of empty parking lots Thursday. He says it's his part in bringing back the community. Callahan says people often loiter outside businesses when they're closed, leaving their trash behind. This is all a part of the new initiative from the Flint Police Department to stop things like this from happening.
We'll be particularly watching parking lots where people are congregating illegally because businesses are closed at those locations, and businesses have identified to us through our partnership with those businesses that they don't want vehicles in their lot after they're closed. So we'll be enforcing that.
Pasadena Avenue and Clio Road is one of the areas the Flint Police Department will be patrolling more beginning this weekend. But Detective Booth says they're also increasing patrol near Southwestern High School, James P. Cole Boulevard, Flat Lot, and other areas around the city. But some members of the community are questioning if this will help.
They can stop that if the police do that, but they're not going to do that. Watch, they'll be over here one day and the next day you won't see them.
While this resident may be doubtful, others are placing the responsibility on other members of the community to do more.
The police is only a small part. We got to help them also to get with it. It's time for everybody to step up, get involved, take control, and that's what I'm out here doing.
The state health department, the local health department are still encouraging people to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Now we're outside Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church where the Genesee County Health Department hosts a clinic every single Thursday. I was just inside. They just wrapped up their clinic from 3 to 6 and they said that they vaccinated 10 people. They told me that numbers have been down, and probably because Michigan right now is in the recovery phase, which means they do not see a variant on the horizon as of yet, but that could change as we've seen in past variants. Now, when it comes to the Omicron variant, we saw some of the highest hospitalizations during the Omicron and Delta variant. The state of Michigan is finally seeing those numbers decrease. According to the state of Michigan, for the first time since August of 2021, we have seen less than 1,000 COVID patients hospitalized.
We were seeing a lot of cases around the state. We had hospitals and health systems that were overwhelmed. And now we've entered into this recovery phase where things are much lower risk in communities around the state. And people can go about some of their more normal day-to-day activities. But all that being said, I do want to remind your viewers that the pandemic is not over.
Dr. Bagdasarian says that her biggest message is that the pandemic is not over. They are still encouraging people to get the COVID-19 vaccine to fight off infection, they say, and also not end up with the severe illness and also being hospitalized.